Less than a minute gone and they are inches away. Doughty will stumble, then he will hand it on. Looks how close they are and they have gone over. Within a minute we said Okaparinga would come out quickly. They haven't, that is the first try of the game. Watson will show and stay. Make half a yard afterwards. Now look at Pingo! And Tanaki will go over! Tanaki will score! Burnside in red time! And again to Adcock. Adcock will find Finney. Finney will put the foot down. Finney, yeah, I think he's got over.
Gibson's made the gap. Here we go. Look at that. Yeah, good movement. Great move, just good running line. Paddy. Oh, here we go. Big gap.
Big gap. Oh,
Well done.
well done. He tried to twist it.
He will turn around. Now he's going to put the toe down. He's going to take those shields. He'll go over the left-hand corner. Right, really starting to push away now. So, Bailey Reserve again. Joining the commentary box for this one by Steph Redmond. Victorious earlier today.
Big game. Yeah, a tough, hard-fought game against old rivals Onkers.
But we are here.
And we're off.
And we are ready to go for the last chance saloon for these two teams for 2018. Burnside will be wearing the double blue and attacking the left of your screen. Old Collegians in the red and blue attacking the right of your screen. One word, Steph, today, complacency.
Can't have it.
Is there a suggestion?
Oh, I'd hate to think so, Dave. I think if they...
Hold that there, Blue, that's good.
Burnside give College half a sniff, they will be made to pay. I watched the warm-ups and College were very direct, very precise.
Hold, hold!
Clean
Now.
line out take, nice ball out.
So a little bit of change to what we've seen in the past from Old Collegians, with Jack Curtin sitting in that number 10 spot. It's probably the biggest change that we've seen. John Mokomoko has made his way into the A grade as well.
I think this is going to be finals footy through and through. It's going to be tight, close, and nobody's going to want to turn over any ball today, Dave.
I am excited for this one.
Hold that. Roll now,
Graham
Blue.
will go.
Thank you.
Smedley will stay in that halfback position out to Curtin, then Fleetwood Piper, who's moved into
Roll,
the
Blue,
13.
roll. Thank you.
It could create some
Hold,
excitement in the
step,
13s.
Short ball again.
Their post defence is quite good for Burnside early on in the piece.
Curtin looks back inside.
Roll. Use it.
Smedley carries. Curtin will reverse his field, try and find a soft
That's
spot.
fine there.
Dawes to Fleetwood Piper. He'll get those legs of his going.
That's out, play.
Pops out to Smedley. Curtin again. Steps back
Offside,
inside,
Blue.
straight into the tackle of Ashenford.
Vantage. Red.
Early advantage for the Old Collegians.
Roll now, Blue. Thank
Curtin
you.
told to drop
good.
into the pocket. Going to look for early points. How's it go with it? Pushes it.
Brave, wide.
But they are going to come back for the penalty.
Here. Thank you. Number 5. No, he's called it here. The advantage was there. I've got the call from the sideline. There's number 5 here.
Bit of lazy running by the look of it.
Points, please.
We're setting up for an early penalty shot.
Quite right too.
Finals footy, you got to
Been
take your
banging
points.
on about this all
Busy
year.
mark. Blair.
If you're
I called
turning
the
over
advantage
points
from
on the
over
board,
there, but the penalty was for number 5 there.
it doesn't matter how unpretty it is. Points are points.
He called it when I called the advantage, so it was somebody over in the back line over here.
So first shot at goal. It's on its way. Flags go up. Early points on the ball for all Collegians. The Battle of Green Hill Road being fought on South Road today. Peter Snoop Jackson in the middle, another award winner from Wednesday night. Won the RDO award, the Referee Development Officer Award. Most improved referee.
He must have improved from third grade last year to
He's done well.
a prelim premier grade.
So Meredith will restart. Good high hanging kick into the sun. Campion will rise.
That's good, Blue.
Man, as we normally see him, running that midfield channel. Burnside have done well to try and keep him up, though. He manages to just keep rumbling forward. Gets almost to halfway. Smedley has to dig for it.
He's got two red players on top of him. He's tried to roll. We'll scrum down. Red ball.
Scrum down, red ball.
No more. I didn't call
Very
him more.
direct by.
Very direct instructions from Mr. Jackson.
If you'd missed any of that, you obviously weren't listening. He was very clear and concise. Halfback trait, though. Keep asking the question.
Did everything he could to sell it, Rob Smedley, but didn't get the answer he wanted.
I think the ball was probably sitting there for him.
Set.
So big blind side. Man will pick to Smedley. Smedley will send it out one more. Finds its way out to McDonough.
Double tackle. Ball's placed nicely for Smedley.
Keep going, Blue.
Curtin
Thank you.
into midfield. Mokomoko wearing the number 8 shirt.
No blue. No blue.
Again, they're asking the question. Happy to play it slow. It's a trait that we've seen from all Collegians. Green will rush off the line and make the tackle. Campion will drop it off to Dawes. Mwala Ivo did good work to bring him down, but again, Old Cole's just starting to get going forward. Graham
Steals fine.
may have turned it over, has turned it over. Ashenford has a player in the pocket in Meredith, and Meredith will just look
for the safety of touch.
McDonough, I think he wanted to go quick, and now he's decided against it.
Can't be quick, it's hit something, guys. Happy, Ben.
There's been a couple of changes for that Burnside side as well. Langsford into second row. Walton's moved to 6. Campion will rise.
Top.
Smedley misses everyone, but Gary Mann will get it eventually. I think it was meant to go there, but not that directly.
Roll, use it.
Back to the other side. Hard hitting up into a wall of double blue players.
Tackle now.
Ball's placed again for Smedley. Oh, all and all at the same time. Great defence by Burnside.
Got to keep it going though.
Yep, nicely set again though. And
Gone
a
forward, guys.
slight forward pass out in the centres.
Scrum down, blue ball.
So, over 5 minutes gone on the Wojtek scoreboard, and we have looked to our right for a long way for a fair portion of this game. Burnside just haven't had a chance to have ball in hand yet.
First scrum was
They
good,
have
guys.
not had
Make
ball in
this
hand.
one just as good, please.
This will be their test now. They've got the ball. They've got a 25-metre blind side. About 5 outside the 22.
Burnside have shown all year they have a very, very solid scrum.
It's not out.
Good
Elliot
platform
Upper.
by both sides.
Drops it back inside to
No,
O'Sullivan.
use it.
Sure, nearly turned over.
No clear release on that.
A clear release.
He hasn't released the player.
I think we're going to get lots of good communication from Mr. Jackson today.
It will be a line out on the halfway, right in front of the stand today.
Sorry, I'm not
this one.
getting you, Jack. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Campion just asking the question about players not rolling.
Some more.
Clean take from the top.
I think all Collegians thought about not competing.
Let's not talk about not competing in lineouts.
It's a good idea if it works.
Yeah. And they've marched at 10 metres.
New maul! Use it now!
Ball's at the back.
Ashenford to Eliippa to O'Sullivan.
Oh.
Just
Advantage,
too
knock
hot
on.
the pass.
Lovely.
Meredith picks it up, but it's all for
No
naught
advantage, guys.
for the knock-on.
Scrum down, red ball.
Centre field scrum right on halfway.
Oh, big blindside.
Yeah,
We've
we might
already
just
seen them
move that one
go.
way or the other. It's your put in red. Which way do you want to move it?
Sandbrook, the hooker for Burnside, was very impressive last week. It was my best on ground last week. So that he does the fundamentals well as well.
Okay, bring it over here. Is that a bit better? I'm happy with that. There you go, guys.
Giving them an even bigger blindside.
Yeah, look, we're not going to get it perfect.
Stuart Robertson is the fullback who kind of gets to choose which way he goes.
They're stacked to the left.
Fine. Set.
And he's just sitting directly behind in the pocket.
Oh, they
gone.
kind of
Oh.
thought about it, but now he will get it eventually. Then he will put it on the boot. Bounces into touch. Might have seen the Meredith try from last week and thought they might have been able to reproduce it.
So just turning Burnside around and putting them back in their half.
All good, mate.
Midway, 22 and a half way. Burnside line out.
Burnside just haven't been able to get any level of continuity. Walton
That'll
will manage to
struggle
go.
to be
Not in
straight.
straight, guys.
Not in
Clearly
straight.
off the outside arm.
Yeah, he did go outside arm, and he didn't have that inside arm
Scrum,
up either,
please,
which
guys.
kind of gave it away.
Yes. Armchair referees
Isn't that
would have been
nice?
calling
Thank
that from all over the park. So another dominant attacking position here for College. We've got a cheeky 15-metre blindside.
No blindside at all, though, because he's gone over Liam McDonough, standing in that 10-12 channel. All
Fine.
bunched up.
Set.
Be looking for the shift.
Hold there, Blue. That's good. Thank you.
Good solid scrum by both sides.
Curtin sends it to Fleetwood Piper. Good challenge again out there. Barker managed to
Tackle.
bring him to ground. Smedley to Curtin. Curtin will look for a
Roll.
gap dealt with by
Roll.
Walton and Marshall. Been a terrible twosome all
now.
year, those two. Gary Mann will pick and go.
It's his favourite move, isn't it? Any breakdown ball, he's dying to get his hands on it.
Dawes looked for the pass, didn't see one he liked, so decided to just look to recycle. Smedley will attack a gap, then find Curtin.
Advantage high.
A little bit of a high one from Walton. He
Yep.
fell into it, but
Yeah,
it's still
guys,
high.
Guys. Blues go.
There is
Red go.
award winners all over this park.
Ball here,
President's
please.
Trophy winner Blair Marshall for the best forward in the
Okay.
league.
I've called time off, guys.
Keanu Eliippa, who is
Yeah.
playing number
No, I'm
10
gonna
for
chat to
Burnside.
you, right? There's nothing in it, okay? Yeah, no, you were. Callum's come in. But it says he's falling, but still it's high. Okay, so it's still a penalty. Yeah, I can't do anything about it, mate. He's got him flush on the chin.
Oh, man. Okay.
But
You're never going to argue with a referee
right?
anyway,
And there's a bit of
and
niggle
especially
going on,
not
so let's
Snoop.
get rid of it. Yeah, I get it.
He explains the game well.
Right, bit of niggle happening. Right, let's just get rid
Stuart
of
Robertson will look
We
to
don't need to
tack
take
on
it away.
another 3 points.
it. Yeah, look,
It's getting to the point where we can't play our game.
I get that, but your guys are also rolling on top of them.
It's
at
in
different
danger
times
of
as well.
becoming
So
a
I'll call
debate
it and
in
I'll get them
society
to
out
roll.
there today.
I'll call
But
them.
the
all
thing
right,
is,
I'll call them.
it's a
play
debate
it,
that you're not
and
going to
just
win.
Get out of the way, all right? But
You
I
can
can't
keep
make them,
asking the
all
question, you can
I'll
keep
call it
asking
once.
the
If they
question.
don't do it, then I've got a penalty, all right? But they are doing
It's
it
not
very slowly.
stupid from old
But I'll get them
Collegians
to
because
speed up on that, okay?
they've got their noses in front
Time's
and
back on,
they're
guys.
just dropping.
They're just asking the question about slowing the ball down, slowing the game down by the Burnside players, laying in the ball channel. I think it's a fair question. Directly
Good
out
off
in
the boot.
front. Flags go up.
6-0 on the Wojtek scoreboard, and again, very little from Burnside so far.
Yeah, they seem yet to ignite for anything.
They just haven't had much ball.
No ball, and it's been flat, and and ball under pressure that they have had. They haven't had any time in College's 22, or little time in their half. Oh, here we go.
Oh, gnarly. Very, very gnarly. Just the knock on that one. I think Elliott is okay.
Same time, simultaneous. It's a knock on from Blue.
They may be asking the question about deliberate knock on, but he was definitely having a go.
He was under the post if he'd got two hands on that and hadn't been collided with at the same time.
Yeah, he's got two hands to it and the ball goes up.
It
was not a bad slips catch in the end.
It's an English slip scratch. Got to make them stick. Catches win matches.
They do. A big scrum here for Burnside. They'll try to put the acid on this one. Great scrum.
Big, massive drive from Burnside. Managing to turn it. Told to use it. Saying it's gone.
Thank you.
Smedley just tried to work around the outside.
I think he was looking for that no-roll penalty there. Ball's set back again. They're going to go their ones Their picks and goes. Just chill off a couple of metres.
Advantage in the side.
Advantage for Old Collegians. Will they use it? Will they go?
You'd have to.
Just bouncing ball, but Bartlett can pick it up. Gets away from the first one. Marshall will deal with him. Nearly, just about got him.
Well held and well scragged at the end.
Oh, big counter up comes.
In the side.
Fleetwood Pipe, but does enough. Smedley will then send it to McDonough. McDonough look to chip it over the top.
And we'll go back for a penalty.
We'll go back for the penalty.
It was sort of a half-hearted chip down the sideline there.
This one,
idea was there.
It was. It just needed to go.
Fine. Second one wasn't.
Lots of conversation again between Mr. Jackson and Callum Walton.
Jack, there's a penalty here or a penalty over there where they were offside in the ruck. Which would you prefer? Okay.
Now, both you and I know Wayne Vincent, the coach of Burnside, very well.
Yes.
He won't be panicking. He's not one to panic, is he?
In the side.
But it's not the start that he wants.
I would say that a few of his ungrey hairs would be going grey at the minute, but his outward expression will be still calm. He will have quiet words that will be passed out to the players, and he'll just be starting to ask them to work on their process.
And on the flip side, I've worked with Peter Arnold at a state level.
Yes.
He will be absolutely stoic. He won't be getting excited by any of this. And of course, Alex Rockaborough was fiercely analytical.
Oh,
stolen. Just Sambrook couldn't deal with it.
Lovely drive through on the pickup. Ball's there for Smedley.
Now they're going quick. Curtin sends it out to Morrison. Fleetwood Piper with the clean out. Dawes will stand in, gives it to Curtin. Curtin steps inside Eliapa, can't make it stick. Then we'll run into Lamsam.
Get out of there. Thank you.
Bartlett sends it on to Campion. Just head down, drive forward. It's a big drive forward. Now Smedley can go. Curtin puts it on the boot, hits Sambrook.
Yep, got it.
Knocked on.
Little knock on there.
Knocked on by Dawes.
No advantage. Knock on.
Not a lot he could have done about it, but it definitely wasn't a charge down.
Nope.
Straight from the kick. No.
Might have got away with one. Just starting to see bits of Old Collegians really starting to put the foot down.
They're trying a few different things. They're running different angles and changing their gameplay up a bit. They're making Burnside think about everything that's coming at them and having to react for their process.
Set.
Solid scrum off the back.
Marshall will look to run at Curtin, and Curtin does enough.
No red, no red.
Eliapa will send it out to the far side. Fleetwood Piper will make the tackle.
Release.
Big yell of release. Lamsam.
Lost now, red. Lost red.
Again, it's a little bit messy. Ashenford to Marshall. Marshall to Moala Ivao. We'll have it stolen from him from Clifton. Now Old Collegians can look to counter. Mokamoko to Curtin. Long looping pass out to McDonough. McDonough will look to beat Green.
Play on, nothing in it. Out now, Blue.
Fleetwood Piper. Curtin will step Can't get away from Samuel though. Robertson. Offloads, gone backwards. All a little bit scrappy at the moment. Good counter ruck came from Walton.
In the side.
Another advantage for in the side. Smedley will look for a little gap. Can't find one. Ball pops out the back, doesn't matter.
We'll come back for the penalty. 5 metre line.
You need to come through the gate, guys.
Marshall and Smedley just exchanging pleasantries in the backfield.
Probably talking about barbecues.
So
I'm happy with it. There's
talking
nothing in
about the entry into the ruck, it's 3 or 4 now. Side entry calls.
It is. I think there's a fine line that players think they're coming from the back, but if they don't go through the last feet, it's a side entry.
So inside the 22, Old Collegians, who we've seen have a driving more.
Shortened line out. Campion, the target. Untidy.
Yeah, and off the top, which is
Cleaned up.
unusual. Heard
Going the one
Smedley
out.
say patient, be patient. They have been patient.
They have.
First 20 minutes of this game.
It's lost now, Blue.
The one off pick and goes, and here we go again. Bit isolated.
No, Blue.
Unlucky.
Did just enough. Old
Lost the
Collegians happy
contest,
to
guys.
just try and keep the ball. Now Curtin will drop it back inside to Mann. Mann will do nothing but just put his head down and go.
He attracts 2 defenders every time though, doesn't he? That backward cut-in ball. 2 players there to meet him every time. And we're back out to the right-hand side, playing the short blind.
Smedley will find Campion. Oh, sending it to midfield to Mann, and he dropped it. Now they can counter-attack. Sandbrook will send it out. Now it will go on that far side.
Well,
Barker does everything he can to try and find some space.
Hold
Can't
that there,
find
Red,
any.
that's
Ashenford back to Meredith. Sends it into midfield to Lamsam.
Vantage, high tackle 4.
Campion has stolen it, but
High
there's
tackle.
no
Over
advantage
the
coming.
shoulder.
Graham guilty of the high tackle. Blink of an eye, Burnside turned it around.
a little bit of that Burnside spark that we've seen from throughout the season. I suppose it's one of the, it's been, what are we, 21 minutes into the game and they've touched the ball about 5 times.
I mean, obviously we don't have anybody who can keep the stats for us, but we're way over 50% possession for the men from Old Collegians.
They are, they've hit the majority of the ball has been Collegians.
Kind of feels almost 70-30.
It does. Nice ball off the top, into a maul.
Still holding.
Ball sitting at the back. Stagnant though.
Said use it once.
It's only going sideways. Use
Ball's out for the backs now.
Eliepa to Marshall. Marshall will just hit it up in midfield. Legs went over, but I think everyone's happy with it. And they will look out to the left to Eliepa. It will go out one more to Benja. Benja will take on Fleetwood Piper.
No red, no red.
Burnside get there. Ashenford will snipe. Steps away.
Beats the first.
Starts getting into the territory of Old Collegians.
Burnside putting a few phases together. Met with a solid defence out in centre field.
He's
Ashenford again.
Vantage in the side, red.
Eliepa showed, then decides he wants to try and just go back to the safety of his forwards.
Nothing much showing in front of him, and the College backline was up very quick.
Walton with the little show and go. Got a half gap, got his hands free, got his hands away.
Under the posts.
O'Sullivan. We talked about how quickly it can change. Walton managed to get his hands free, got the offload. O'Sullivan goes under the posts.
Yep.
It's raised.
Just hold it in the middle for me.
Raised a bit of
Red
intensity
15.
for the Burnside players.
Red 15.
They're
Red 15. Just a little bit late. There's nothing. No, there's nothing. I've just got to call the. Just
a few questions being asked by Snoop. A late tackle by 15.
There was nothing about no arms. No arms? Yeah, he just said it was. Just said it was late. So I'm just having a word. It's all good. I'm on it. Right, 15. Just try and get the timing better for me. Okay. No.
So the 15 is Stuart Robertson. Just get his timing a little bit better.
Yeah. Yeah. You're in front. You should have plenty of time anyway.
So Elioppa last week had a kick.
One would think.
You can't really call it charge down. They basically kicked it off the tee for him. So he has a very, very slow build-up. We talked about it last week. Actually, we spoke about it with Wayne Vincent last week. They outscored Brighton in tries.
They did.
So if everyone had kicked their points, they would have been all right.
Thanks for the call, Dave.
Yeah, the analysis from the last week's game, from Brighton's stats, wasn't that pretty, and they were very lucky to actually come away with a win.
I think I spoke to you about it last week, that
My call was that there was arms.
Plummer, your fly half, didn't have a great day with the boot, and then the one that matters, he nails it.
I think he likes the pressure.
It's what kickers live for.
Exactly. College to restart. Back at halfway. Conversion was successful.
Oh, just
Grubbered it through to the centre.
Lamsam will look outside.
Hands.
Oh,
Hands.
Meredith with the show. Meredith with the go. Now they will look down that right-hand side. Ball gets put on the boot.
Meredith coming through. Pressure's on.
Cleaned up eventually. Can the old Collegians get back around, and can they tidy it up?
Defending 10 from their line now. Going to take a one-off runner and run straight into a wall of forwards.
A little bit slow for them to get reset. Smedley just happy to box kick it away, but straight down the throat to Lamsam, who's going to bounce one towards Walton. Walton has Green away to his left. Green given the outside, takes the outside, stands up the last defender, and Green will go over.
2 tries in 2 minutes, and I think Burnside have lit their fire.
I don't know whether grey hairs can go back to a slightly
less grey
colour, but I think Wayne Vincent's getting them back.
I think there was a wry smile after that second try there.
You were happy with the
Be hard to tell though.
Thought so.
You cannot give a winger like Green that much room outside. Beats the first one, and then he just in and out.
Had acres of room.
In and out, and Nick Howlett is not going to be able to deal with that. Good ball from Walton, and one-on-one winger. He did it to McDonough as well. A little in and out, just stood him up slightly.
It was what you'd expect a winger to do though, wasn't it? He ball in 2 hands, oceans of room, took his time, didn't rush anything, beat the first player, and unfortunately had a hooker defending.
That one looks great off the boot, and that one will go over.
All day. Flags are up.
14 points to 6. 26 minutes gone on the Wojtek scoreboard. First pass wasn't brilliant, but Walton managed to deal with it.
Lovely wide ball.
Just that little in and out from Green, and then another little in and out, but I think he could have just backed himself against Howlett.
Could have gone off the left again and made it less difficult for the kicker. Back at centre field, and a longer kick this time.
Driven.
Deep into the 22.
Sambrook, head down, wants to go. McDonough will make the tackle.
Hold there, Red. That's
Ball's
good.
at the back.
Nobody's sitting in the pocket, so it looks like they're going to go from here.
Roll, Red.
Elioppa to Meredith. To O'Sullivan.
Back to Meredith.
Offloads to Meredith, then it will go out. Out to that right-hand side. The kick goes to the boot again, and Meredith will put his ears back and chase. They come out to McDonough. Looks inside for support. Decides he hasn't got any and goes straight.
No blue.
Solid tackle. Ball sitting at the back. Waiting.
Not out. Big
coming
counter
through.
ruck coming from Burnside.
Very
Messed
messy.
it up.
No advantage. 19 in the side.
This side entry is obviously something that Mr. Jackson is looking at all
You can't
day.
get 4 people. You cannot get 4 people through that gap. You hit it with 4 people.
It's a fair argument.
Got to come in through the gate.
Old Collegians will want to slow things down now. I don't think Mr. Howley will be. I don't think Rob Howley will be complaining about Burnside slowing it down too much anymore.
I don't think he will either.
Blair, they're still going to come through the gate, mate. Okay.
It's a line out, basically in front of us.
We have 5 in from College. I would say we're going to Jack Campion at 2.
Where that is, well, he might go Jack Campion whether he moves around or not. No, 2. Oh,
Jumping
it's
to
worked
himself.
for him. Campion finds himself one-on-one with Green. Green does enough. Oh, yellow and red and blue shirts stream forward. Out to midfield. Old Collegians finally look as if they've been shocked into action. Dawes, short ball.
Great line coming back in.
Man,
quick ball
finds
again.
a gap. Man versus Meredith. Meredith does enough.
Lost now, Blue.
Little pick and go. Howlett. Inches closer. Another pick and go. Smedley will give it out to McDonough. McDonough held up. Messy down there. Turned over by Burnside. Finds its way back into Old Collegians' hands. Curtin to Fleetwood Piper. He will try and find a gap. Tries to run around the outside. Gets the offload. People losing their feet all over the place out there.
Tackle now.
Ball still available.
Still going Old Collegians to Graham.
Solid tackle.
Roll, Blue.
Now they want a little bit of time. Into midfield. Moala Ivao loses the first tackle. Offloaded to Curtin. Curtin will send it to Hal. Then it will go to Clifton. Clifton will go over and Clifton will answer back.
Promising looking passage there by College. Strung some phases together and
they stole it
took it side to side.
They had hands on the ball. You're lucky it wasn't a penalty.
Rob Smedley with excellent timing on the pass.
There was a clear release. Sean came in just fine. He had hands on the ball timing.
I don't know why we're arguing about.
You've got the try.
You've got the try. I don't know why you're arguing about a turnover, Rock, when you've
Sean
got the
wasn't
try.
a tackler. He was the first person in.
And I felt that that one was fine as well.
Just can't please Jack Campion, can
Nah.
you?
He's always going to ask the question, isn't he?
He's always going to, or a question.
Lovely timing of the pass from Smedley, who for the first time this year, and for some reason I've always wanted to refer to him as Rob Howley. I don't know why.
Okay.
First time of the year I've done it. The old Welsh half.
Yeah.
Old Welsh scrum half. I don't know why.
He looks nothing like him.
I know. I'm not saying I'm good at this.
He's from New Zealand.
I know. They both have lots of sheep. Wales and New Zealand, they're kindred spirits.
Oh, Dave.
Well, they both export a lot of lamb.
Well, they do.
That's what I mean.
Tasty. Line up right out on the sideline. Oh,
No,
ugly
he's
off
pushed
the boot.
it. It's
straight
never
up.
coming back. There's a Burnside player being worked on in goal. I think it's Moala Ivo. It was. So as quickly as Burnside bit, Old Collegians bit back, and there was a fair level of fortune because.
That was one of the ugliest line-out takes in a long time.
But it just opened up. It was
It
one
did.
of those, like, mistakes happen and everyone stopped.
Everyone stopped
I
and
think
looked.
everyone thought it was a knock-on. Smedley underneath. Looked for an offload, didn't get one.
Pick and go.
Dawes
Good leg
again.
drive.
Now, Blue, lost Blue.
And again.
Josh Graham with a little pick and drive.
Oh, he was lucky to keep a hold of that one. He got isolated fractionally.
Man
Ball's
in
out in the middle.
midfield. That's a good turnover. Sandbrook again. Now Marshall can go. Out to the right-hand side.
Tackle!
That far side,
Tackle!
away from our commentary position.
Starting to get in the shadows of the afternoon. Ball's come back for Burnside. Another crash into the centre field.
Ashenford.
Looking back to the right-hand side. Another wall of College players meeting the player.
Eliappa directing
now.
traffic from the first 5 position. Marshall will try and find a gap, takes it back to the safety of the forwards. Ashenford again to Eliappa, to O'Sullivan.
Vantage high.
Yes, that was second
Number
high tackle for 4.
High tackle.
He's got to get it a little bit lower, the big red.
No.
He does. It was marginal.
Seriously,
It wasn't.
what do you
There
want
was
me to
nothing
do?
in it. It was just
It's
straight
not
across the
netball,
chest.
guys. All right, let's be serious. Shot, please, guys.
It's not netball, was the quote
Number
from
4.
Snoop Jackson.
Got to keep them down, please.
I think
That
someone was
straight
asking
on
whether there was
the
a
shoulders,
card.
Too high.
Having played netball, I can confirm it's not an easy sport to play.
I've played netball and there's just as much contact in netball, especially when it's mixed.
Slightly worse, I think, at times.
It is.
Have a drink. Thanks for asking. Appreciate it.
So Elliipper will look to add on 3 points to Burnside.
Safety with numbers. We've got 7 minutes left of this first half.
Yeah, it's absolutely flown by. 14 points to 11 at the moment on the Wojtek scoreboard. Elliipper will look to stroke this one over and just drives it through the middle, and the flags will go up.
17-11.
So more than a converted try, the difference. Tell me again why we shouldn't kick our penalties.
Your maths is not that flash.
It's 8 points the difference, isn't it? 6 points the difference.
21 red.
My maths is terrible.
21 red. It's already gone.
That's why you buy beers in one.
21 red. So Smedley has made his way to the sideline.
And being replaced by?
Oh, we'll see.
9.
Meredith will put that one on the boot and send it downfield. I don't think it's gone. Has it gone? It's gone eventually.
So Rob Sadler's on a 9.
Welcome back, Rob Sadler.
Right on the line, guys. They've been fine.
They haven't put Mokomoko into there, have they? No.
No, Rob's there.
Guys.
Is it Rob or Will?
Will, sorry. Will Sadler.
It is Will Sadler.
What have we got? I can't read.
Yeah, it's Will Sadler over there.
Will Sadler, what did I get? Rob Smedley.
Rob's his dad, isn't it?
Will, yeah.
Oh,
Rob.
that one's turned over. Langsford will steal it. Dangerous position for all Collegians. Elliipper will give it to Marshall. Marshall met by man.
Roll out now, Red. Thank you.
Ashenford to Elliipper again. To O'Sullivan. To Benja. To Meredith. To Green. Green versus McDonough again. Green will get the better of both of them. And he will score. No, there's a flag up.
Play the line, please, guys.
Oh, unlucky.
Yes, he's serious.
Yes, he is serious, and stop calling him Shirley. Close one. See whether we can see on this angle. Just good
Perfect
backs
angle.
hands. McDonough versus Green is turning into a nice little battle, and McDonough is losing it at the moment.
Small. No blue. No.
Oh,
Thank you.
Okay.
Gone.
We are not the TMO.
No.
We'll leave it at that.
Yes. Ball's back in play. College trying to exit.
Oh, Curtin making
their
himself some
22.
space out of nothing.
Turnover.
Advantage.
Penalty.
No advantage. You've made the steal clean, but you've lost the ball forward.
Oh, there you go.
It's a
Just a knock on, guys.
good jackal, then just lost
a
in
knock on.
contact.
Everyone's getting a bit excited. Let's just calm it down a little bit, guys.
And we have another look at it.
Got 4 minutes. Sorry, there's your mark. Thank you. Red ball.
Okay.
I mean, that's one of those ones we'll have to look at frame by frame during the week, I think.
Call's been made. Let's
Yep.
move on.
Crouch.
It's not my job. I don't have to move on.
I'm sure you'll comment on it for a while, though.
But yeah, it's got a bit of mileage in it.
Of course it does.
So Sadler will feed it in.
Turnover.
Stolen by Burnside.
That's a
Well,
messy,
it's
messy scrum.
kind of gone all around. We're just going to reset this. That's the best result for all Collegians.
Scrum down. Doesn't matter.
You were dominant, Blair. I'll give you that.
Rules changed this year.
It doesn't matter. Best result for all Collegians.
I think so. That was just.
Didn't actually go out from what I. Sorry. If it goes out the same channel, it's still your ball anyway. Yeah.
There's a lot of questions being asked today, isn't
There's
there?
a lot of chat.
I think the comms from the ref today is very crystal clear, and we're hearing everything.
Fine.
Literally everything.
Everything.
Guys, you've already set. We still need a gap between the crouch and the
Just
set,
trying
please, guys.
Get a glimpse of Rob Smedley over on that bench as to whether he's getting any treatment or what's happening with him. Was it a tactical change? Is he injured?
I can't even see him. There he is, just walking.
Crouch. Bye.
So all Collegians will have another scrum inside their own 22. Oh, looked early from Burnside, but they've got away with it. Bartlett found half a gap. Lamson will make the tackle. Offloaded in the tackle though. Fraser Morrison was there. Then they will come back to Curtin. Just swings a boot at it.
6 blue.
6 blue offside. I think Mr. Walton and Mr. Jackson are going to have a running battle today. Just shaking his head. Got a technical foul for that in the NBA.
Lucky this isn't basketball.
I know, right?
2.5.
He would argue the fact that he wasn't offside.
2.5, and if he said 2.5, then we haven't had a stoppage at all. This
Stay, Jack.
first half has absolutely flown by.
It has. Haven't had a moment for a breath.
So Curtin will, not the greatest off the foot, but does enough.
It's hard to leave and catch a ball from a boggy patch.
Well, it's
Gives a
very
good effort
true.
though. So we'll have a line out just outside the 10 metre. So good attacking position for College.
6 points the difference between the two sides.
Yes.
But Old Collegians probably, you would say, have been the better side in this first half so far.
They've had more ball and used it better. Burnside have taken their opportunities. That's a old school line out. Nice lob to the back. Haven't seen a lob in a long time like that.
Love the lob ball.
That's one.
Good driving ball.
Advantage.
There'll be a penalty there.
19 collapsing.
Correct.
Inside ball to McDonough. McDonough will meet Marshall. Marshall does very, very well, but we are going to come back.
19, pulling it down.
Blatantly pulling it down.
Falling over at the back of the mall still constitutes pulling it down.
He dragged it down.
He fell over, but he
Oh,
was
stop
just
backing up your forwards.
He was just trying to hang on, sir. He wasn't trying to pull it down at all. He just didn't want to hurt himself.
How come hookers managed to get away with not having the same problems that halfbacks do? Hookers talk to referees as much as halfbacks do.
Of course.
You just get away with it, don't you?
Well, we do.
You're nicer people.
We are. We don't have the attitude of a halfback.
No, that's true. So Nicholas Howlett.
It'll be the last play now, guys.
Just waiting for the ball.
Last play. If there was a time for Old Collegians to make one click, this would be it.
We'll see another juggle from Campion, and he'll go straight through and score a try. Here you watch. If it's in his playbook. Nice two-handed
Does better
take.
with that one. Look to get the maul
Set
going.
for the maul.
Blue.
Can they get it going forward? It's gone sideways so far.
Use it now.
Use it now.
Use it now.
Sadler being dragged into the maul. Oh, good
lovely
pick
pick
up by Curtin. Mokomoko out the back. Now Fleetwood Piper! Here we go! Half-time! Dagger in the heart of the double blues. The blue and red come from absolutely everywhere for it.
Lovely pickup from the 10. Crisp, clean hands out.
That is how you turn a bad pass into a good one. And then they went out the back and just hard and straight.
And hard. Every time, as you expect from them.
Knew it early. That's how you finish.
Elation, isn't it? Just a change of direction.
I think the entire Burnside back line and even the forwards were thinking it was going wide.
Shifting. Yes.
They were all shifting all the way across there. Just that straightened from Fleetwood Piper.
Change of angle gets me every time. Flags are up. That's half time.
So,
Half-time, guys.
with the last action of the first half, Old Collegians will go in front by 1 point. Ladies and gentlemen, we will have a short break. We will be back with you for the second half of the preliminary final. Burnside taking on Old Coles. Old Coles at the moment with their noses in front.
So combine all of those three things: functionality, great customer service and saving money. It's been an absolute pleasure dealing with Declan and his team at Voitech.
Less than a minute gone and they are inches away. Doughty will stumble, then he will hand it on. Looks how close they are and they have gone over. Within a minute, we said Okaparinga would come out quickly. They have, and that is the first try of the game. Watson will show and stay. Make half a yard afterwards. Now look at Pingo, and Tanaki will go over. Tanaki will score. Burnside in red time. And again to Adcock. Adcock will find Finney. Finney will put the foot down. Finney, I think he's got over.
Gibson's made the gap. Here we go.
Look at that.
Yeah, good movement.
Great move.
Just good running line. Paddy. Oh, here we go. Big gap.
Straight through. Big gap. Oh,
Well done.
well done. He tried to twist it.
He will turn around. Now he's going to put the toe down. He's going to take the shield. He'll go over the left-hand corner. Right, really starting to push away now. So, pointy end of the season. Points are vitally important.
Points mean places.
I think we've got this as slow as we can get it.
Maybe not you, Dorsey.
Unlucky.
That's a bit up here, isn't it? He might keep
Yeah, he's down.
He could be.
Oh,
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
yep, that's about as slow as we can get it. So, yep.
Red skipper,
Let's.
blue skipper.
And I will point out, this isn't a criticism of the AR. It's taken us to get to that point to see it.
Yes, it's taken us 15 minutes.
Let's play that.
Great
guys,
take.
play on.
We are up and
Campion
running.
straight back
Campions
through,
found
into
a
it.
gap again.
He is fired up for the
Roll
second
now.
half from that kickoff. Ball's ready.
Sadler will send it into midfield.
Not held.
Morrison not held. Sadler again to Curtin, to Fleetwood Piper, then to Robertson. Robertson will show and go and then just find himself surrounded by blue shirts. Sadler again to Curtin. Missed Dawes into Morrison.
No blue, no blue.
Sadler out to Curtin. To Bartlett. Bartlett will straighten, gets his hands free. Will find McDonough.
Roll blue.
Sadler again. Garryman came on the option. Curtin
Tackle.
didn't want to do it. Tackle called. Sadler.
Oh,
Whoa,
unlucky on an
nearly.
intercept. Little knock on
No
there.
marches there, guys. Sorry.
It was a laboured pass there. It was an easy picker.
I don't even think that Callum Walton can complain about that one. That was definitely a knock on.
Easy mark, guys.
Jack Campion will ask a question about something though.
I don't know whether the change for Sadler for Smedley was tactical, but I
injury.
like it. Sadler is quicker off the back of the
Right,
rock.
set. You're with it now. You okay? You're right on that
Well,
side.
they've decided to stack the near side again. Don't hate it.
Play what's in front of you.
Boy.
Don't know whether they'll be as imaginative as Brighton have been, but let's see.
Very creative. Oh, big scrum.
That's gone
Ball's
straight
back.
down. Burnside have got it.
Ball's at the back for Burnside.
Penalty.
Oh, unlucky on that
22.
penalty.
Readjusting your grip.
Readjust.
So you've released
Oh,
off
there
the
you go.
grip. Dropped his
Had
grip.
two bites at it.
Very technical there
Yeah.
by Mr. Jackson.
Points.
Been reading
Please.
his front row Bible.
Blair, I need him to get his grip on and hold it.
So they've
Yep, I
gone
get
points.
that, but he's adjusted it twice. Okay, he can't keep readjusting because he's changing the angle he's pushing on as well.
Robertson's been good with the boot so far.
It's a setter right out in front. What are we, 30 metres out?
I'll tell you what, Mother Nature's been kind to Burnside. All Collegians had to deal with that sun in the first half, and it's dipped behind a fairly substantial cloud.
And the temperature's dropped by a few degrees
Yeah.
as well.
I think it's going to stay behind that cloud for a little bit as well.
Focusing on edging out this lead by another 3.
Robertson
Clean
got off the boot.
The boot. Flags
Flags
are
go
up.
up.
Nice. the start of the second half that Old Coles will be looking for. Points either side.
How do Burnside react? This is the important thing. A very wise man said it's not falling over, it's how you, whether you get up again.
Exactly. It's how you get back up, isn't it?
Man. Runs at the shoulder of Lamsam, and Lamsam will look to hold him off. The maul has been called, so he's got to get it quickly.
Don't have to release it in there.
No, keep hold of that.
Yep, well done.
I think Jack Campion's going to ask the question. It's a maul. He doesn't have to let it go. It was a very quick maul call.
Doesn't have to let it go. Sorry. Get your bind and hold it, please. Don't change it. As soon as you get that bind,
On the far side to us, so we don't even get to have a look at it as to what he's doing with it.
I can't yell much louder.
Do get to see Dawes versus Moala Ivao over on this side, though.
I think the issue is the skin-tight jerseys these days. So hard to bind on.
Okay, well, I'll give you that one.
He's probably trying to do the right thing by trying to stay bound. Solid scrum there by College. Pick and go from the back.
Marshall sends it back to Ashenford, to Eliippa.
Out
the back to Meredith. Then they will go one more. Out to Barker. Barker puts it on the boot.
Went backwards.
Hit the back of Robertson. No idea where it was.
Tackle!
He called tackle, so we had to let him go. Eliippa held it for a long time.
Tackle!
Then just dropped to the knees and tackle is called.
Bit of indecision in attack. Forced that ball to be taken in.
Lamsam gets to the 22.
Two passes wide and keep going the same way to the left.
Walton manages to shake through one.
Roll red.
Fleetwood, Piper and Sadler manage to deal with him. Ashenford to Marshall. Marshall will step, try and wriggle his way through. Clifton finally drags him down.
Leg drive for another 3 or 4 metres.
Ashenford shows. Just got him by his bootlace, Morrison.
Called back. Ball's available again.
Ashenford to Meredith. Meredith will try and find a gap. Meredith does find a gap. Meredith will go over. They will answer back.
That's how they answer back, Dave.
So you do it.
Puts them just in front. It was a good passage of play there by Burnside. Some strong hands. Some good defence though by College, meeting Burnside on the line. But they didn't rush. Reset and in and out. Lovely direct line by Meredith for the try.
Can finish that young man.
Has been known to.
Ken. I don't blame you for trying.
Eliippa just trying to gain an extra metre in field. Snoop Jackson having none of it.
Not something he wouldn't have tried in his time.
Just an interesting one. I might get your thoughts on it in a minute as we watch Eliippa kick. Should be relatively straightforward for the young man.
Just push it across the face.
Pull it, yeah. Alex Rockaborough, who is a coach of Old Collegians, has taken the water carrier duties today. It's one way of getting your message out to your players.
It is.
I'm happy if you bring it out of that hole too, Jack.
So we're back to 1 point. Old Collegians and Burnside have had their fair share of close games this year. We are setting up for another one. Oh, Samrock. I don't think he's going to get away with that one.
That's his third high tackle.
Yeah. Lazy arm.
Mark's there, guys.
Okay, I don't think it's a nasty one.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah. But that's now the third one that I've called you for. The first one was really lazy, but that's the second one that you've gone high on. Really need you to get them down, okay? Because I don't want to put you in the bin today, all right? Just for something like that, okay? Just please be a bit more careful on it. Okay?
I think he's dodged a bullet.
I think he
I'll
has.
be perfectly honest with
I
you.
think he
Just for him.
knows exactly where he's
Just for
standing
him.
now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He knew it
Right,
straight
Captain,
away
right.
as well.
Well,
Yeah,
yeah,
he's had 3.
the hand went straight up and it was an apology.
I mean, Brian Marshall
Yeah,
probably
the
has
first
a
one was
right to
like-
ask the question. Why did you get 3 high tackles and no card?
Snoop said it was 2.
Who said it was his 3rd one?
He said, I've called you for 2, there's been 3 high tackles in the game.
Ah,
Thank you.
Okay.
And the first one was him as well. Good ball off the line, out off the top. Bit
Marshall,
untidy.
yeah, he has to tidy it up, but he does. And
Roll red, thank you.
Eliapper into midfield, missed out
Meredith
Meredith.
Oh,
and then
just a
everybody gets
slight
missed
touch.
out.
to finish. Be a line out on the far side, right in front of the stand. About on
think
the
that's
10
where-
metre line.
Yeah, that's where the old Coles faithful are amassed. See the Burnside blue. Well, amassed probably is the wrong word.
All 4 of them.
Howlett.
Untidy at the
Again,
front.
it's untidy. Both teams are struggling a little bit with the lineup.
I think there's a fair bit of pressure from both sides in defence. On those
Man will
lineouts.
run the midfield channel
No,
as
lost
per
now,
usual.
Blue. Lost it, blue.
Oh, Sambrook.
A little knock on there.
Oh,
Might have been a
You
cheeky
lost
little
it on
hand
the
in there.
first contact and then you went back again. So it's
I
lost.
think if you look at Sambrook's face, he knows he's got away with one there.
I think so.
Yeah, but you knocked it on.
Just keep it very quiet.
Sorry?
If I stand still and
There's
quiet,
lots of
he
people in there.
can't see me.
I'm a tree. I think he was very lucky to get away with that one.
Oh,
Come on, you
very
guys.
much so.
So we've got
Crouch.
just to the left of centre on the 10 metre line,
Fine. Set.
and we're all set out to the left.
They're stacked again. They really want to use that blindside, old Collegians. Whoa, hard and
lovely
straight
ball.
from Fleetwood Piper. And again, he just manages to rumble and get those legs of his going. Leg strength from Fleetwood Piper is impressive. Sadler to Robertson,
Nothing in it.
to Murrison. He will get his legs going.
Roll
Has
blue,
support.
roll blue.
Oh,
5 offside there, but
Curtin early again throws that interception. Little
Take the
knock on
the
there.
blue, though.
so we'd advanced 20 metres up the field for another scrum for College.
It was an action-packed 20 metres there.
It was. There was a fair amount of contact in that.
All right, appreciate it.
And all set out to the right for College.
They do like to overload, don't they? And it kind of puts
Crouch.
Barker in 2 minds as to where he goes. And
I think he has to sort of slide to the back of the scrum and set himself there just and react from there.
I mean,
Use it.
Ball's available. Has gone right.
Curtin will send it to Fleetwood Piper. Fleetwood Piper will look for a little bit of room. Takes on the winger, beats the winger into the 22. Sadler is there again.
Keep coming, blue.
Curtin to Campion.
Roll blue.
Campion, as per usual, just does his job. Sadler finds half a gap.
Pick and go.
Tim Dawes will pick and go. Run over the top of the first one. Oh, rugby has changed. If we get a replay of that, that number 12 would have worn about 16 boots 20 years ago. Fleetwood Piper.
Just letting him know that he was in the forwards.
Dawes again will pick and go.
Hold there, blue. Hold there.
Whoa.
Turnover.
No,
Number 5.
yeah, he tried as best he could, Langsford.
No, I'm not having. I'm not okay at the moment. Okay.
There
I'm
he is,
okay.
the number 12. He
No,
would have
I'm
worn a
okay,
couple.
Jack. Come on. Stay on the game, please.
Just would have been introduced.
Yeah, there he
Oh,
goes.
he got one.
The little one
And
from
a
Morrison.
12.
I mean, I've had the conversation. I'll be honest, I love
get a
the
chance,
progression
have
of
a word to
rugby
the boys,
union.
let
I
me
think
clean
it's
out.
great that we
Get out of the
protect
way
our
faster.
players, but the quickest way to stop people lying on the wrong side is to bring back that.
Exactly.
Old Collegians ball, 5 metres out. Can they get a tidy one?
If you're half,
You'd have to look at the safety of Campion at the front. Yep. Clean
Gets it.
two-handed take. Ball set.
Can they get it going forward?
And we're
You
inching
can come
forward.
now.
Ball's moved.
It's gone sideways. Sadler has to go.
Well met.
Dragged into touch.
Play the line, please, guys.
They did get a clean one, but good work. Just got it moving sideways for Burnside.
He's going to have a chat. They still need to have some time to be able to get out of the way. Yeah.
We're still going on about not getting out of the way.
And you know what? It's a weird one at the moment that we are seeing a lot of players from most sides that we watch lying in the way and doing a great acting job of I'm not able to move.
In most of the situations, the ability to move is there.
Vantage is over.
Vantage over.
I heard an old one from a referee years ago. So I was pleading my innocence for not rolling away, and he's like, if there was a bomb underneath you, I'm sure you could move.
You'd have a go at least.
Exactly.
It's his call.
Said fair call, sir, and walked off.
Yes, and it's his call.
I have that.
The ball, it's his call, Jack.
Campion asking a question again. Burnside line out. Gone deep. Oh, well stretched.
Marshall had to go and get it.
Some more.
He went searching.
Oh, he's called it a maul.
Use it now.
Oh, Collegians gave up on it though. Eliepa into midfield. Manages to keep his feet. Morrison will get him. Called tackle.
Two knees dragging on the ground is definitely a tackle. Straightening again.
Oh, Walton will go. Has Marshall with him.
Marshall.
Gives it to Marshall. Marshall 5 out. Good tackle. Gets up, gives it. Walton will go over. Walton will score. I would imagine.
There's a bit of emotion involved in that one.
We have seen a lot of togetherness from the boys in double blue. They come from everywhere to celebrate a try. I do feel...
Great straightening though.
This is good work from Marshall. Robertson gets him.
Stays available, and then just a quick offload. Ball is still available to go over.
Seeing your way there.
5 out.
Seeing your way there.
And we'll settle it down.
Doesn't look good. I'll just call time anyway.
So shoulder he's having looked at.
Just hold time, Dave.
Appears to be.
Look at this.
Appears to be in
Looks
some
like it.
Yep.
It's just in the line of the kick. So
While we're waiting for this injury and stuff to go, I do feel we need to look at this
going off.
Tackle. Both knees are on the ground, therefore it's a tackle, and everyone has to let go.
Right there.
It's becoming. It's almost becoming gamesmanship to fight to get your knees to ground.
Back on, guys.
It is.
And I think almost.
Yes, mate.
You would never call that a tackle.
I got 25.
2 years ago, you wouldn't have called that a tackle. That's not a tackle. That's a maul.
Well, where do you draw the line? You've got to be lying on the ground?
Yeah, look, I would go with the pub test. Just to talk about, as that one will find its way and the flags will go up. That's about as good as it gets from Keanu Eliepa, another award winner. Best under-21 player in the state. Walton allowed to roam free. Good hands, and then good follow-up from Walton. And the terrible twosome working together well. There was a lot of controversy, talking across sports, with a lot of controversy in the NFL about the rules around a catch. And the answer was, if it looks like a catch, it's a catch.
Correct.
If it looks like a tackle, it's a tackle.
Yes.
That does not look like a tackle. Rant over.
Tackle now, roll out, thank you.
No, it's not.
That's probably not. No. I'll talk to anyone about it.
Oh, I know you will.
Walton shows inside, then gives it.
Pass through the tackle. Little knock on there.
Was in the tackle, so there won't be any more than that.
Coming out of that scrum down blue ball.
See, can you have a rant on that one as well about that's not a knock on because he was going for a tackle.
It is a knock on.
He wasn't playing at the ball.
Doesn't matter. It's come off his hand and it's gone forward.
Smedley back on.
Well, hopefully that won't. I mean, I love Rob Smedley. Does tend to play at his own pace though.
Yes. Very controlling 9. Well, or out of control sometimes.
Eliepa will send it into midfield. Again, it will find its way to Meredith.
Lovely ball.
Meredith, again, just can't find that pass.
Unlucky for green.
It's twice now for Meredith. He's just been inches out. Some Brighton black and yellow in the background. The ladies have managed to work their way into the grand final. The Premier Reserves found their way into the grand final.
Third grade.
Third grade finding your way into the grand final.
Premier
Reserves not
in the final.
Scrum.
Premier grade obviously is.
Premier grade and under 18s.
So a big day going down the Southern Expressway for the boys from Brighton next week. Boys and girls from Brighton.
The men and the women, yes.
Yes, apparently you can. And it's an injury. It's not a sub, it's an injury. No, the other one is. No, apparently they can. It's not up to me, it's up to those guys. Crouch!
So we're still talking about that. Injury versus tactical.
Yes.
Set.
You can come back on for an injury, you can't come back on for a tactical.
Other way around.
Other way around.
Smedley.
So he was
to Curtin, to Fleetwood Piper.
Lovely
Good hands to Robertson.
With,
2-on-1. Come to get it finished. Robertson, got to finish it if you're going on your own.
Tackle now.
There's the tackle.
Hands beat the man.
Smedley. Curtin will look for a gap. Nearly gets through.
Blue offside.
Oh,
we've got an advantage riding. Ball being screamed for out to the left.
Rumble being called and Smedley decides he's going to rumble. Mokomoko will look to pick and go. Makes another yard.
Ball's
Where's
still
the
available.
space? All of Old Collegians. You could throw a blanket over them at the moment. Another little pick and drive to the left.
It's going to be held up, I'd say.
It is held up. Are we coming back for the penalty?
Blue offside.
Oh, Robertson, he'll want it again.
Sorry?
9 times out of 10 you give that.
Yep.
And Tim Atkins is in, untouched.
Hands beat the man. He might kick himself if he sees this in the replay.
Oh, don't watch it.
Scrum. Scrum, guys.
Well, they've gone on the scrum.
Yep.
Ooh. 8 points the difference. Penalty would have brought it to within a converted try.
Guys. Substitution.
20 minutes still to play though, Dave.
3 blue. All right, time's back on, guys.
So John Collins will come in.
Scrum down.
The evergreen John Collins.
There's your mark, guys.
We saw him play in one of our live games this year. He was very, very impressive.
Yes.
As old as wood.
Old as wood. Right.
Fine. Set.
Solid platform there.
Man will give it to Smedley. What Smedley got outside him. He has McDonough.
Tackle
McDonough surrounded.
Pick and go.
Another pick and go.
Roll blue.
David Allo-Emily wearing the number 24. Can be a dangerous runner and he's fresh legs. Collins. Smedley again. Curtin will send it to Bartlett. Bartlett will look to get his hands free. Gets across the 5. Morrison to Robertson. Oh, he's had another look at it. He'll hold his feet. Lamsam will try and beat the cleared out and doesn't. Smedley. Curtin.
Leave it blue.
Man. Allo-Emily.
Tackle. Roll out blue.
Smedley
Advantage,
again.
Blue offside.
Oh. Curtin bounces one out to McDonough. McDonough showed, then will offload inside to Robertson. Robertson again just tries to find a gap.
Ball still available.
Clifton
playing
will
under
pick and
advantage.
go. That is a powerful man. Just took Walton with him.
1 metre short.
Mokomoko. He will just bite off another inch. Smedley will go. Smedley.
Short. Back. No advantage.
Smedley short, knocked on. We're coming back for the
blue,
offside again.
Oh. Smedley thought he had it.
Leave it there.
Just see, interesting one from Mokomoko. Just literally took the inch. We're not going to be able to see. Mr. Clifton has decided he wants a rest. Right in the way.
Have a word.
Can't see any level of grounding.
Right, it's a danger zone, mate.
And he's disagreeing.
So he's just had a word with Blair Marshall, just saying we're in red zone, we're in danger zone. Number of offsides, number of penalties are starting to go.
Scrum down.
I don't think he's said next one goes.
No, just have a word with the team.
Can we see from this one?
No. Ooh.
Well, there goes
this one here we
Makamoko.
will.
This one we probably will see. A lot of feet in the way.
Short and knocked on. Good
But
call.
they got the penalty. So all Collegians put in.
Set.
Bounces around a little bit, but gets there eventually. Curtin. Fleetwood Piper. Runs through the first one. Lamsam.
There it
Curtin!
is.
Curtin around the back.
Show and go.
Curtin will score.
Fair try.
Lamsam got hands on, didn't beat the clean out.
They did not want their 3 points. They were after 5 all day, weren't they?
And with the try
Conversion.
scored where it was, you should be guaranteed the 7.
Never guaranteed a 7, mate.
But when you watch Curtin,
7,
Curtin
8,
has
go.
distributed well all game.
Not quite in front.
And then you see the Burnside players go and try and cover his distribution, and it just opens up for him.
Thank you very much.
All the room in the world for that. Went through untouched.
You're doing a stellar job.
So we're going to come back
Play today or
with
you
the
guys
kick to
straight
come. 3 points the difference.
away? Never mind.
Flags go up, 1 point the difference. Still 15 minutes to go and change.
Nice straighten. Lucky to survive that clean, not to survive the clean out, and parting of the Red Seas, wasn't it?
Well, Benja has to cover the outside and trust that his inside player is going to make the tackle, and just a mismatch.
Campion from the takeoff, straight to ground. Ball's there at the back.
Hello, Emily. He will get his legs going.
Roll down,
Whoa,
Blue.
big
Thank
judo
you.
throw. Don't mind it from Marshall. Curtin out to Fleetwood Piper. And it will go one more to Atkins. Atkins held. They can reset and recycle. Bartlett. Curtin thought about the kick and then didn't really have a plan B.
Ooh.
Clifton. Hospital pass, but the young man's done well. Curtin again, look to step inside, does find a gap. Don't know how he found a gap, but he did.
Tackle! No, release it, Red.
Yeah.
Not rolling away. Fine.
Really interesting if we see a replay.
The ball-
Jack,
That's what happens when
Jack
you're in the
Curtin
wrong
held on
spot.
to him for grim death. He wasn't letting him go anywhere.
Nope.
Be careful though. That's all right.
Ball was called available and used it, and obviously a little drag in of a body to make it closer.
What I will say, just looking at this weather,
Here we go.
you see him hold him on.
For all money.
There's Mark there already, guys.
Change jerseys at the end, Jack.
Dairy farmer would be happy to see that sort of milking.
I'm just looking
Leave
at the
it now,
sky. We
Blue.
have 15 minutes to go. There is the threat of rain.
Hold there.
I think it's a little bit further than 15 minutes away. My
One
fingers are
can
both
hope.
crossed.
Oh, Burnside have stolen one. Oh, Morrison nearly managed to get through. Lamsam
Hold there.
runs into a wall consisting of Graham and Clifton. Marshall, just around the 10-metre line.
Tackle out.
Ashenford,
Advantage, Red offside.
out to Meredith. Meredith will look for an angle.
Oh, straight
Benja
through.
runs away through a couple,
Advantage on
steps
the
out of the third. Blue and blue shirts everywhere. Benja's still going. Benja gives it to
Oh, clean up,
Meredith.
Fleetwood
He will
Piper,
lose
knock
it.
on.
Good covering tackle from Fleetwood Piper. Lots of appealing again at the ruck. Smedley will get to go. Smedley will step out of one. Make some good yardage.
No advantage, guys. We'll bring it back for the knock on for Blue.
Blue knock on.
I called the penalty over when they made the breaking and went 20 metres down the field. You got a 25-metre advantage, Blair. How much do you want?
Just the try, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Can we have more of an advantage? Well, we just...
25 metres is a fairly sizable advantage.
Oh, don't get me started on advantage laws.
Outside, Red.
Well, it's a lottery, isn't it?
Yeah.
One thing I will say, and I love Johnny Collins, I think he's great. He has shored up that front row.
Seriously. I think both scrums have settled actually quite well in the second half.
Fleetwood Piper.
Reached for it.
Finds
the first one, loses.
Pass to Robertson.
Let go
Then
of
it will go out to McDonough. Inside ball to Robertson. Now he looks for the safety of the floor. Curtin will step in. Smedley at 10 to Mann. Mann will just look to reset.
Thank you.
Smedley, Curtin. Rushed out the line, good hands. Now it will go to foot. Meredith is out there. Meredith is ready. Meredith will just put it back on the boot. Turn all Collegians around. That's a great kick from Meredith.
Definitely some yardage there.
That is about as good as it gets, young man.
Great return.
We do talk up Sean Meredith after the awards night. I did find that Sean Meredith, the best under 21 player in the league, 2 years running. 16 and 17, just shows the caliber of that young man.
Throws everything into it, doesn't he? So we've got a line out right outside the Burnside camp for College. Going deep.
Going to the back. Graham off the top. Curtin looks for a gap. Finds a gap. Lamsam does well. Not held.
Steals another couple of metres.
Smedley out to the right-hand side to Allo Emily. Allo Emily will shake off the first one, then give it to Clifton. Clifton will just get his bulk going. Clifton goes an absolute mile.
No blue.
Ball's available for Smedley.
Here is the rain. Curtin knocked on. Penalty.
It's gone forward.
Offside.
Blue player.
Ooh.
Out of his range, and the rain has started to fall.
My timing was fractionally out then.
Only by 11 minutes.
Only 11. That was safety of the sideline. Oh, wobbly old kick. That's going to go.
Where's it going to go? Dad?
No, that's going to sit.
Holding goal. It is going to hold in goal. 22.
22.
Lots of space for Meredith, but then
being yelled at by 14 other players.
No.
Hold. They have the advantage of 1 point, so they're slowing it down a fraction.
1 point, 10 minutes. Meredith, wobbly old kick.
Floats it down to the halfway.
Finds its way eventually. Mann. Didn't want it. Had 4 goes at it.
Roll now, blue.
Support will come.
No blue.
Left-hand side, Curtin. Fleetwood Piper, 2-on-1. Fleetwood Piper decides to go, then look for the offload. Curtin, Smedley.
Vantage, blue.
Midfield, then to Allo Emily. He will break through the first one.
Quick ball.
Mokomoko out wide. To Bartlett. Bartlett looking for a little bit of space. Bartlett will roll over to the 22. Mokomoko will stand in at halfback. Curtin off his shoelaces. Curtin will go. 1 more to go. 5 Curtin over. On Collegians. Head to front.
9 minutes to play, and that was some passage of play. Side to side, back out to the centre. Some crisp hands. 1 tackle missed, in for a try.
2018 has seen some absolutely stellar games of rugby. Curtin picked it up off his feet, ran through the first one. Then just the over pursuit, that change of direction. Gap opened up in front of him, over he will go. Robertson will look to tack on 2 more.
It just...
Anywhere in front.
Yeah. I think he was quite fortunate to get the back of his jersey snagged, and it just changed his direction for him. The player fell off and he falls over the line for a 5-pointer.
4 points the difference with the kick to come. 8 minutes left on the Wojtek scoreboard, plus red time, whatever Snoop Jackson has.
He said just under 10. Lines up, chips it over, flags go up.
Is a chip shot. 6 points the difference.
35-29.
Twice
under
today.
10 minutes to go.
Twice today we have seen Jack Curtin pick one off his shoelaces.
Sub.
I mean, again, I think most people were expecting Callum Walton to make that tackle and was shifting around the outside.
He was following the natural flow of the play.
Change of direction from Curtin was instant.
Oh, unlucky.
Knock on red. Here we go again. All the way out to Benja. Benja will take on Fleetwood Piper.
Meredith in a half. No, protecting the ball. Ball's back.
Ashenford, Eliepa, short ball to Walton. Chris Walton has joined the fray.
Fresh legs for the last 10.
Eliepa will send it out.
Tackle.
Oh, Blair Marshall introducing Mokomoko to his shoulder. Lavsam has a couple of bites. Offload. Where's the blue support? It's come. Walton. Then they will go out to the left. Quick hands from Callum Walton. Green over there. Looking to bundle him into touch. Flag goes up. 7 minutes. Absolute lifetime in South Australian rugby.
Hearts and mouth sort of footy, isn't it?
Hello, Emily, to put the ball in. These are the ones that these are the ones that pay your rent. Got to make these ones. Interesting that they're going to look to go to the back.
Go for that lob again.
5 metres out, that's a big risk. Marshall will pick it up.
Ball's available.
Ashenford, Eliepa, Meredith. Oh, sorry, young man. You're going to sit down for the rest of this one. Collegians probably will play this one with 14 men.
11. Hold there. 11.
Yes, going through his pocket.
Right. You know what it's for, don't you? Yeah.
No discussion on that one.
No. Somebody's got to catch it, mate, and there's still 3 players there.
He's asking penalty try. I mean,
down, guys.
I will give you that, Blair Marshall. That is, if you don't ask, you don't get.
Come on, Snoop.
Scrum down,
please.
Blue ball.
I don't know how generous he thinks Snoop Jackson is today. Yeah, straight down.
You're right.
He sort of half made an attempt at the ball, didn't he?
Straight down. No chance of catching it. Straight yellow.
No balance as a hooker, eh? You need these guys holding you up, don't you?
So 14
mark, guys.
men will take on 15 men for the last 5 minutes of the preliminary final for 2018.
6 points of difference.
Burnside have gone with the scrum. Have the automatic overload in the backs.
5. Set.
Ball is in. Ball's at the back. They're looking to go. It's a long, long way to go.
Use it now.
Marshall picks it up. Marshall gives it. Over there you go.
We are back to
Barker.
1 point.
Over in the right-hand side. Dominant scrum. And Marshall shows every single back that's had it
I got 6.
what to do with the 2-on-1.
6.
When you have an advantage, you exploit it. A cheeky 15-metre blindside, picks and goes, takes on the 15, easy ball out for the try in the corner.
Barker with a good finish.
Tough kick though. He's kicked one from here earlier.
The opposite side, I think, almost exactly the opposite. 1 point the difference with the kick to come.
This game has been to and fro for the entire, well, 76 minutes so far.
Talked about it last week. These are the ones that kickers live for. This is what dreams are made of.
Nightmares, dreams, depending on how it
Depends
goes.
on which way it goes. Eliepa settles. Sends it on the way. It's not going to come back.
1 point still the difference.
Collegians holding on by the skin of their teeth.
3 minutes to
3
play.
minutes to go.
I'm sure there's going to be a question asked now.
They knew it was coming. Oh, my word. That is the experience of Chris Walton. If we get another look at that, he holds Mokomoko in. He can't get out.
Makes him commit.
Well, you know, he physically holds him.
Commits him in the scrum.
Physically held him in.
Yep.
Curtin, good restart. Man and ball.
Thank you.
What can all Collegians do? What can Burnside do? Marshall puts it on the boot. Over the head of Mann. That is a great kick from Marshall, and it will go.
The break into touch.
Mann thought about it. Now the test is on. David Aloemele threw in the last one. 5 meters out, they decided to go lob ball to the back.
For me, I'd be looking at a safer option.
2 minutes.
Although,
plus red time.
When you're looking at the jumping prowess in the Burnside line-out, they've got it stacked nicely to the front. They've got pivot jumpers. We're going one.
It's got to be that shoot ball. Walton will win it. Morrison will make the tackle. Ashenford will find Eliippa. Into midfield. Mann and ball. Sandbrook gets Bartlett. Mann will come and assist.
Ball's available.
Ashenford.
Back to the right. Inside.
Walton will look.
Leave it. Roll it.
Ashenford again. Finds a gap. Can Ashenford go? Offload to Moale Ivo. He will roll through.
Advantage, knock on red.
Ashenford gives it again to Barker. There is an advantage. Counter route comes. Numbers for Sandbrook. Dropped.
Gone forward. We'll bring it back for the first knock on. No advantage, guys. Injury, guys.
I was going to say final minute, but now we're going to go a little bit longer.
Knock on from red.
Just trying to see who's
But
down.
we've got time for an injury, guys.
Will be a Burnside scrum. About 7 meters out, sorry.
Time's off, guys.
Still struggling to see who it is. Nobody will move for us. Is it Carton?
Can't see.
Surrounded by players.
It's a back.
I think it's just his boots need retying.
It's got socks on.
I think, yeah, it is Carton.
Yes. He's had a magnificent game.
He has been very
I didn't
good.
see any holding, okay? I didn't see
Looks
any.
in a lot of discomfort there. Looks like a
Or he's
shoulder.
using the old jersey as a sling trick. That's suggests shoulder out.
Never a good sign.
Well,
Give him time to get off the field,
with
please, guys.
red time, we're going to get the Phantom. Ben Filgen.
And time for their player to get on. Okay. Time's back on, guys.
Still 1 point. We are in red
Blue
time.
ball.
I'm picking we see a massive scrum here from Burnside. Ball will be held at the back for a pick
Now
and go
they've
to
got
the
to
right.
they've got to do better than they did last time. Morrison has come to this near side.
Fine.
They've changed their flankers.
Set.
Burnside looking to get a go forward. Old Cole's looking to work away from that dangerous side.
Use it. Use it.
Use it called. Marshall will go. Marshall is dealt with. 5 meters out. Ashenford sends it to Eliippa. Eliippa out into midfield. Meredith thought about it. Counter up comes. Ashenford has to deal with it. Walton shrugs off Bartlett. Ashenford again to the near side to Walton. Walton will look for a gap. Mokomoko gets him.
Ball's available.
Ashenford
Change of direction.
reverses his field.
Oh,
Looks
goes
for another
himself.
gap. Campion gets him. No halfback at the moment. Walton's going to look to go. Does go. Tries to burrow his way through. Ashenford has to go get it. Does get it to Marshall. Marshall will show. Dealt with by Fleetwood Piper and Bartlett.
No red.
Lamsam looks. Can't get through Morrison.
Still a metre
Ashenford
short.
looks. Then it will give it. Eliippa good hands. Then it will go out to Barker. Barker will go over. Burnside. Red time. 12 months ago they did it. Again they've done it.
It'll be close.
Minute and a half.
Broken
Still
the
called.
hearts
It'll be close. It'll be close. It'll be close.
of the men from Tregenza Oval. Think there'll be about a minute and a half.
You'll have to kick off.
Just ran out of numbers.
Yeah.
Old Collegians have the kickoff. Great hands from Eliippa. 2-on-1. Barker goes over.
Yes, please, mate. Thank you very much.
Great hands from Eliippa. If we see it again, good quick hands.
Nice shift of the ball. Hands, hands, hands. Safety in the corner.
So 6. 4 points the difference.
Good maths, Dave.
I'm getting there.
Yeah. Down by 1. 5 points scored.
Thank
Front
you.
by 4.
Thank you.
Kick to come.
That
Much
one looks
nicer.
better. Flags go up.
And that makes 6
Yellow
points.
cross to kick off.
6 points the difference. They have time for the kickoff. Is there anything left?
College
For
need
Old Collegians.
to score from the kickoff.
And this is the last play. They have to keep the ball alive.
Just one ball, guys. Hang on, please.
Have to keep the ball alive. Have to score. Have to kick the points.
You can hear Snoop's alarm going off for time.
Robertson. Bartlett is going to go try and get it.
Nice short kick. Oh, knock
Walton
on.
will kick it back. Then it will go to Meredith.
Straight out.
Meredith will send it out. Burnside. March on. Burnside
Disappointment.
versus Brighton. A repeat of the 2017 final. Old Collegians gave it all. Gave everything they had. Literally with the second to last play of the game, Burnside managed to come back. And Burnside managed to drive the final nail in the coffin of the Old Collegians season.
What a nail biter.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the last 2 weeks of the Premier Grade Rugby, the Coopers Premier Grade, decided at the very, very end of each game. So we see Barker go over again. Ladies and gentlemen, whatever you are doing next week, clear your diary. Because Brighton versus Burnside will be an absolute rip snorter again next week.
Repeat.
All over again.
2 years in a row.
Burnside will hope to reverse the fortunes from last year. Brighton will look to double up. Ladies and gentlemen, from me, Dave Webb, and Steph Redmond, from a beautiful Bailey Reserve, good night.